He's like, I've heard enough about your backstory. It's time for my backstory. And it's a lot shorter than your bullshit. One Punch Man! How far is he gonna go? I mean, to be fair, he's a pretty hefty boy. That's a pretty impressive punch. Hey, whether you like it or not, that's a One Punch Man moment right there. Man, how do you get banned from your sister's restaurant? I don't know how to feel about the sister. I don't know what her purpose is here. Like, what is her anger? Is it because she's blue? Is she a racist? She fucking uppercut him with her knee. He's like, I'm not going to pass out until I finish my V3 pose. Then I'll pass out. Honestly, most reasonable crash out. One last punch. I'm telling you, the superior One Punch Man. You can even include season 1 of One Punch Man into this. I'm sticking by that statement. Superior One Punch Man, baby. Why did they need to have his ball sack hang in his pants like that? Well, they were kind of just asking for it, let's be real. At the end of the day, I think we know who the superior One Punch Man is. And I'm not just dogpiling season 3 like every other clown online, no. I'm not even including season 1. You take any version of Saitama and he does not even come close to the One Punch Man energy of a Kamen Rider anime. And you might be thinking, Brandon, you're just taking the piss. You're trying to leech off of the hatred of One Punch Man. And that's partially true, but like legitimately the Kamen Rider anime is better. It is funnier, it's more it has JoJo energy. Like this man, keep in mind, this dude is in like a $2 plastic mass of Kamen Rider, going up against a real genuine enemy from Kamen Rider, and he squares up and punches him. Just normal energy, just normal human energy that he's trained. He's strong, but normal dude, all things considered, and punches that man like 6 to 10 feet back. And some people, some bozos would say, how is that more badass than One Punch Man? He one punches and destroy. No, this was so much more metal because this is a it's such a realistic punch. He didn't send him to the moon because he's not a superhuman. He's a normal dude with a lot of strength. And that dude had to tap out because he's like, shit, if I expose my identity here, it's kind of game over for the long plan here. And then you think, okay, that is the One Punch Man version of the story. Okay, we're just gonna have fun now. We're gonna chill with our toonies. And then we meet these two sisters who every step of the way pretty much says, hey bro, drop dead. You're banned, drop dead. And she keeps hitting him, kicking him. And this is one of the rare cases too, where you see a dude being beat up by a woman and you don't think, oh man, if the roles were reversed, no, roles were reversed, I'd be saying the same thing. Certain people probably deserve the beatdown they got, and Big Bro over there is certainly one of them, though I can respect the fact that no matter how much he got beaten up, he would always make sure he had a little bit of energy in the reserve tank so he could finish his V3 pose. This is the dumbest and most brilliant show all in one package, and when I left the previous episode, I thought to myself, damn, they're gonna all have to square up together, you know? Obviously, I don't think we're gonna be able to win completely, but maybe, yeah, like he'd have to retreat for some reason. One Punch Man, and then One Punch Woman. This show is spectacular in terms of the fun factor, and I just can't get over the fact that there was 2 shows this season that when I was looking over the chart, I thought to myself, yeah, maybe, but, you know, maybe when they're over, if I have time, because no one's going to care about them, and personally, I just didn't think I was going to click with them. And those 2 shows have become some of my favorites to watch every week. That being Genosha as well as the Kamen Rider anime, both of which were probably my biggest I can sleep on it shows. Now granted, there's obviously other shows, there's children's anime and stuff that if you scroll all the way down to a live chart, no one watches those, at least in terms of community discussions. They're like made for a completely different audience, but stuff that I was aware of, that I was like, yeah, probably not gonna. And I remember when I got the people saying, hey, you should really check out these 2 shows. I'm like, they can't be that, no, they were that good. They were that good. Of course, if you got this far in the video, make sure you drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and yes, Patreon's where you can catch my full live reactions to all these wonderful Kamen Rider episodes. If you also want to help fund the channel and videos just like the one you're watching, also doing a little giveaway over on Patreon. So if you join the basic or any of the tiers above it, before the end of November, you get entered in a draw for a 1-year membership to my Patreon. So great time to join. I didn't talk about last week's episode on the channel, did watch it, really good, like I said, but this one was just, you know, you got something special on your hands when an episode where most of it, Like, outside the first 5-ish minutes, the rest of it was pretty much just focused on eating and drinking and being beat up by our sister. Well, I guess a better thing would say is half of the episode was that. A fourth of the episode was the action at the beginning, and then a fourth at the end was gangsters going haywire. And honestly, let's talk about the ending first, because that is the cliffhanger for this episode and where it's going. So, you deadass have 2 gang members making a drug deal by the looks of it. I mean, I didn't really see what they had, but it looked like bags of powder being exchanged for wads of cash. So, yeah, I think we know what's going on. They deadass look at each other and are like, oh, Yakuza, huh? It's a little too peaceful. How about we have a bet? One of mine versus one of yours. Million yet on the line. 3 of them get just ripped bozo. I think one was judo, one was sumo wrestling, and one was boxer. All of them got their asses beat. One of them had their balls hanging and literally shattered like it was in a vice grip. It was insane. And then he's like, actually, you may beat 3 of my men. Let's raise the stakes. 5 million this time, but this dude. So we're gonna have like a superhuman battle off by the looks of it. And I don't think that room's gonna survive the chaos, but I'm excited to be proven wrong or whatever they decide to do. I don't know, but it's just hilarious that you have 2 gang leaders basically say, this shit's too peaceful anymore. Let's force conflict and gamble on it. Beautiful. But the 10 minutes, roughly, of us at the sisters' bar diner area, like, I thought to myself, like, when they walked in and she's like, bitch, I banned you. I'm thinking to myself, this is family. Come on, no matter how bad it is, do we really need to ban family? It only took me a couple of minutes of seeing how they were, where I understood why she banned him. And I think what's kind of brilliant is, as silly and goofy as this show is, it actually does right thing in a pretty genuine way where it counts. So she was basically scarred from childhood because her big bro was a loser who pretended to fight Shocker, and essentially all the girls around her were like, ew, they're weird and we're scared of her brother. And that's the thing with kids, right? If you go to the same school for all your different classes, you know, throughout your life, little things like that stick. So having that much of a weirdo brother, I completely believe she was ostracized that hard because of that. So, like, I understand where the resentment comes from, on top of the fact that he does kind of seem like a loser in present day. Like, if you look at it from okay, we all have our passion. You want to collect figures, you want to watch Kamen Rider, that's cool. But pretending to be Kamen Rider and nothing else, it's a little hard to justify that, right? So, like, put yourself in her shoes, you get it. And then the fact that, oh, you're trying to bring that energy into my business, I don't need to lose my customers the same way I struggled to make friends because you scarred me among the masses. I kind of get where the crash out came from, and to be honest, I think it's one of the most justifiable crash outs I've seen in some time. Now, some people will say if the roles were reversed, blah, blah. No. If this was brother to sister, sister to brother, same thing. I understand the energy. Don't shoot the messenger. That's all I'm saying. And somehow we also got married. I forgot to mention, you see, this is what's insane about this Kamen Rider show. I say all that and I forget to mention that somehow just kissing each other and saying you're married, we're apparently married. We're halfway through this show, bro. And I feel like I've experienced 5 seasons of Kamen Rider. Brilliant. What are your thoughts down below on this week's episode of Kamen Rider? I thought it was a banger and a migraine, but I love the migraine, man. These guys are so annoying that I love them. Thoughts? Drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here. Yes, Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. Like, hey, I also like to give video shows to my wonderful patrons. Alright, so today we got Alex, Korisama Fan, Powoof, Ale, Kamozo B, Samuel Salde, Konako1110, and we also have Ari Hakakushi. So I appreciate the support. Please take care and y'all have a good one.